Hello everyone. Welcome to the second part of skilled worker visa application process. So if you have not watched part 1, please do watch. I have explained the documents that are required for skilled worker visa and how you can prove your knowledge of English in my part 1. So let's go with the part 2. The most important thing to know before we start the visa is we have to pay the visa fees and also IHS charges, nothing but health surcharge to UK government, because when we come here with skilled worker visa, um, primary healthcare is free for all of us. I mean, not only for the UK citizens, it's also free for skilled worker visa holders and also our dependents like spouse and children. So it's mandatory to pay the IHS charges. And again, this will be based on how many years you will be staying here. So let us see. So, what is the total fee it would be is we have to calculate, because the application fee will be different and IHS charges will be different. Application fee will be same. It doesn't depend upon how many years will you stay in UK. But when it comes to health surcharge fee, it depends on number of years. So if you're staying more than 3 years or less than 3 years, and number of years is required to fill this data, and also the price will vary based on the visa type also. If it's a skilled worker visa, the price will be little different, and if it is a dependent or children, the price will be little different. Okay. And there is one more thing is there and one more thing is few jobs will be listed in the immigration salary list. So if your job is in that list, you will get some deduction to the original amount. But so before you start your application, you check there if your job code is mentioned there. So what will be the application fee? As I told before, the application will fee will be based on number of years you will stay. So if it's less than 3 years or more than 3 years, the price will be different. And if you are in the list which I have told before, in that case the price will be little different. Okay. So this is where we are applying, like we are applying outside UK. For example, we have not gone to UK yet and we are in our country and we are applying to the visa. This is the fee, is the application fee, and we still have IHS charges to pay. To check your job is in the immigration salary list or not, you can directly click here. Okay, and you will see the job codes. So when you come here, you can see the list. Okay, if your job is in the list, the minimum salary also will be less. Usually for the skilled worker visa, you should possess minimum salary wage that is defined so that you are eligible. But these occupations which are in this list have some feasibility to, the minimum salary can be less than the bracket. So these are the list of occupations. You just check your code, occupation code, which will be there in your COS. It will be like job type or job code. In that field, you will find the code, and if you find it here, that means you are part of this immigration salary list. And you don't need to do anything. The application process will take care about the prices and all based on your job code you will keep. So you don't need to worry about it. But to know how much it will cost for you before you apply to the visa, you can check this code so that are you eligible for any deductions or not. Okay, let us go back. So this is the charge and money to support yourself. So most of the visa types ask your bank account statement so that that you will prove okay you have enough money so that you can survive in UK. But in some cases, your employer will take care of your maintenance, so that also can be found in the COS. If employer is providing the maintenance, you don't need to show any proof of your bank statement. But if your employer is not supporting you with the maintenance cost, you have to show this bank balance in your account. And as mentioned here, it should be at least 28 days in your account. Let us go back to other things. Okay, what are the other documents you would need when you apply to skilled worker visa? We have seen the knowledge of English, and we have seen like how to apply and to get the document ready. So the next document you would need is a TB test. Here you can see the list. So this is the COS, which you already have because your employer has provided, and the knowledge of English we have applied in our part 1. Of course, we'll have valid passport and we'll have job title and code in our COS itself, and the name of the employer and their license number, everything in the COS itself. So we have covered all these things. Now let us see what are all the other documents you would need. As I told just now, so you would need your savings in your account if your employer is not supporting. If your employer supports, you don't need to prove anything, so you no need to worry about this. Otherwise, you have to maintain this much balance. Okay. And if you are applying as a skilled worker, and if you have a plan of taking your spouse or children along with you, it would be always good to mention all those details in your visa, your partner details and your marriage details and all. Okay. And when we are applying the dependent visa or the children visa also, we'll cover most of this part where you would need to prove your relationship with your partner. I'll cover those details in the dependent visa more detail. Now, let us come to the tuberculosis test results. UKVI has listed few countries who needs to get the test done. So let us click here. Countries where you need a TB test for UK visa application. Okay. Let us see. For example, I'm from India, so let me check and see if I have that in the list. Yes, I have. If you are from any other country also, you will find it here. So all these countries, all the people who are applying from those countries should get this TB test done. And this TB test result is valid for only 6 months. So if you have get your test done, make sure you are applying before 6 months of the test. So how would you book this test is click here. When you click here, you will find out clinics who are providing the TB tests. Okay, in every city, in every major city in your country, in my case in India, like most of them have the test centers where they will collect your basic details and they'll conduct chest X-ray and few tests so that to make sure you don't have any TB symptoms. So how this can be done is just click here. So from this page, you have to select the area in which you are living. For example, you're near Bangalore, and if you want to select this medical center, that's fine. Or I mean, it will have like 2 to 3 centers in every city, so you can find this. How we can book is you can directly go to the official website of this. For example, I have selected one from Hyderabad. I can show you how it can be. For example, this is the one center that is providing a TB test for me. So I can click and copy here. So I just Googled it and I find it. Okay. So when you come here, this will clearly tell you how to book an appointment and all. So if you click on book an appointment, this will need your basic details like your name and what is your visa type and your company address and everything. And make sure you give everything that is matching with your passport and CVS so that you will not face any problems later. Okay. In this case, we have to select UK, correct? So I'm clicking on book appointment. So which center, for example, I'm selecting Hyderabad. So you can see if it's for adult or if it's for child. Usually they'll not conduct chest X-ray if it's a child, but if you're an adult or like if you're a person more than 11 years of age, you have to conduct this test. So click here. Okay, what are the different services? You can see how much price they are charging and you can schedule appointment based on your feasibility. Let us also see what are the different documents we have to carry while going for the appointment. So in this website, they clearly specify what are the documents we need. So click here, detailed document checklist. So here you can find details of amount you have to pay while booking an appointment and also the document checklist. So there are three things you have to carry. One is your original passport, and the other thing is like your address in the UK, your company, or if you're applying as a student, like it would be a university address, or if it's a work, it would be your office address or organization address. And along with that, you have to take two photographs according to the dimension mentioned here. Make sure that is a neat and professional one, that will be coming on your TB test. So how much time it usually takes is here they have mentioned as 3 hours, but the actual time depends upon the time you have booked your appointment. Usually student intake in UK will be around Jan and September, so the visas and all this process will be started in December or November, and also like in July and August. So during these months, these centers will be little busy, otherwise they will not take much time. All the process will be done within 1 hour if it's not a busy time, but we don't know, so let us take it as a 3 hours and make your plans according to that. But make sure you carry your original passport and also photocopy of it and the photos and the address. So we have covered the knowledge of English and this set, and then here we have covered TB test and the evidence of the personal savings, and here three are left. So these depends upon the type of employment you have. Usually, if it's a skilled worker visa and if you're a software professional, or many organization doesn't need a criminal record certificate. But if they need anything, usually they'll ask you to sign up the declaration form where you will be mentioning that you are not part of any criminal records or history. A valid ATS certificate, and these, if it's based on the again COS, you can check in the COS if you need to fill these or not. Let me show you a sample in the COS where they'll be mentioning about these two. You can see that in this field, does the worker require an academic technology approval scheme ATS? It is no, so I don't need to worry about that. In the same way, you'll also find is PhD level qualification required for this post. If it's an in your sponsorship, there is no need to fill it. But if it's an yes, you have to follow the same process how we have followed for the English proficiency. In the ECCTIS account, we have to upload certificates and get the letter from it and then upload it here. So once you got all these documents ready, we can really start the application. So I'll continue this in my next video with all the details and all the fields that needs to be filled in the application. Please watch my next video. Thank you for watching. And if you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends. Thank you.